What's going on, guys? It's Hi with Uplife USA, and today I have for you one of my most favorite photography and videography equipment, something that I use almost every day, especially to make these videos, and that is the Manfrotto 502HD video fluid head. Looking at the front of the head, we see that there is a single twist knob. This is for the pan lock. On the right side of the head is the female 3/8/16 thread, the base plate lock, and the tilt lock. Near the base of the 502HD is an adjustable collar which controls the video head's pan drag. The left side of the head features another female 3/8/16 thread and a knob to control the 502HD's tilt drag. Rosette threads are found on either side of the head to allow for left or right-handed use of the pan bar. Included with the 502HD is the 504P long quick release plate. This head comes in two models, the MVH 502AH, which has a flat base, and the MVH 502A, which has a ball base. The head has a maximum weight capacity of 15.4 pounds and a counterbalance that supports 8.8 pounds. I've owned this video fluid head for a few years now, and like I said, it has become one of my most favorite pieces of equipment, and there are many reasons why this is. Right off the bat, it currently retails for around $150, which I believe is a steal for what this head actually gives you in terms of performance and just features. In terms of performance, this is one of the best bang for the buck video fluid heads that you can buy. For $150, it gives you extremely smooth pans and tilts, so much so that I've filmed every review video on this channel on this head. So there are plenty of examples of it in use on this channel, but I'll throw in a few clips here and there to show you what it can do. Prior to committing to this head, I did a lot of research on it and watched a lot of reviews to see how people feel about it. And there were generally two complaints that I saw pretty much with every review. And let's just go over those. The first complaint that I saw was with the placement of the pan lock, directly in front of the head where you have to reach around to actually access. After some use, I would say that yes, this is a little bit of an annoyance because like I said, every time you want to lock your pan down, you have to reach around, go to the center, and lock it down. This is just a little bit awkward because they really could have put that any other place. But for me, this isn't really much of a problem because I generally have my pan drag really cranked to the max, so it's just really stiff to turn left and right by itself. So I don't really have to worry about locking the pan at all. It's generally loosened. I really never have it locked. I can't remember the last time I actually locked it. So like I said, for me, somebody who never really uses the pan lock, I don't really have much to worry about. But for others, I can see why it would be inconvenient. The next complaint that I saw was with the placement of the tilt lock. If I just spin this around to the right side of the head, as you can see, we have the tilt lock and the pan bar. And the main reason behind this complaint is really if you're right-handed and you have the pan bar on the right side of the head, and you're using it with your right hand, if you wanted to lock the head down, you of course have to let go of the pan bar and use your right hand. So it just takes you out of your work and makes you stop and readjust everything, making it a little bit more inconvenient. So for me personally, I would say that yes, this is quite a big annoyance. Prior to buying this head, I was not thinking that I would be too worried about this because I generally do not tilt too much. I do a lot of panning. But in this situation, in my studio where I'm doing product reviews, you have to get a lot of different angles from high, low, everything like that. So you end up having to tilt quite a bit. So in my situation, it became a bigger annoyance than I thought it would be. And like I said, if you do tilt a lot, this does break you out of your flow and make you just really stop and readjust everything like I said. And I think for me personally, this is the biggest problem with this head. I've seen other people, essentially, like I said, this is the front of the head where the pan lock is. So I've seen people actually flip it backwards. So instead of pushing your camera through from the back, they would flip it backward and go from the front back. So essentially you can take your pan bar, put it on the original left side of the head, so now you turn it all really backwards. So your pan bar would be on this side, so now you can lock the tilt down with your left hand, but you can still pan and tilt with your right hand with the pan bar. So that is a kind of a solution for this problem, but I personally do not like this method because I don't really like going backwards like this. It just feels more uncomfortable than actually taking my hand off the pan bar on the right side of the head and just locking down the tilt. So I generally just deal with it. The last problem has to do with the way you insert your camera or insert the base plate into this head. Because it is a sliding system, you essentially take the base plate and slide it from the back forward. This is really only a problem if you have a big rig or you have your camera sitting really low and it overhangs over the bottom or something like that. So the idea is that when you slide it in, it gets caught on these sides and you essentially cannot put your camera into the system. And if we look at some other Manfrotto heads, they actually use a drop plate system where you take the base plate and drop it in from the top and it locks down. And that way, really, any rig fits into this head. And if you have this problem, this is really not the head for you. Well, either that or you have to adjust your rig to make it stand up a little bit higher so you can have clearance. So if you have a really low profile rig, this might not be the head for you and you might want to reconsider things. After using this head for the last few years, through all of its quirks and little stupid design choices, I would still fully recommend this head, no doubt. For $150, I don't know if you can get a smoother, more consistent head than this one. And I continue to use it every day. Every time I make one of these videos, minus this one because the head is right here, I use this head and fully trust it with everything. Every paid job that I've had, it has been done on this head, and I would recommend this to no end. If you are interested in trying out this head for yourself, I will include links down in the description below. Check those out, try it out for yourself, because I really think that you will like this if you are in the market for a mid-range, cheap video fluid head. This is the one to go with. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.